Hi everyone! Welcome back to Mental Health Tips with Leora. I am so excited to be back and so happy to be here sharing some great mental health tips with you all. So today I had a topic that I wanted to discuss regarding seasonal depression and depression associated with the change of seasons. So today down here in Clearwater, Florida, it's absolutely stunning and beautiful. I hope I don't make anybody a little jealous in the Northeast, but we're having a beautiful, lovely day with beautiful sunshine and a really nice temperature around 50, 60, 70s for the high. So in my case today, I'm not really experiencing much seasonal depression, but I have been there and done it, and I have some tips on how to deal with it. So for those of you that don't really know me, I actually moved down to Florida after living 12 years in New York City and about 4 years in Los Angeles, and I have to say that it does take a toll on you when it becomes winter and when the seasons do change. So right now, obviously, we're headed towards spring, but in some places in the world, that can take some time. So the reason why seasonal depression really happens is because a couple of reasons. One of the reasons that I see happen is we, as people, don't really like to deal with change. Oftentimes it feels uncomfortable and stressful and might even create some anxiety within us. And we don't really do well with changes. We don't really know how to flow with it. So there are some techniques that we can use that will help us to understand how to deal with this type of depression that is associated with change. So, guys, the first thing to know is that change is inevitable and it's going to happen. So once we've accepted this, it makes the process a lot easier. So to begin with, let's understand that everything is temporary and nothing is permanent. Once you understand that, you create some acceptance in yourself where you don't have as high expectations. And once you don't have as high expectations, your letdown is smaller. You don't have a letdown when you don't expect anything. So what happens is the seasons change. It's inevitable, and it's such a beautiful thing. I do love the seasonal change because it reminds us that we are all evolving, including the universe, including our atmosphere. We're always changing, we're always evolving, we're always growing, and nothing is ever permanent. So to remind yourself when you're having a horrible day, whether it's associated with season or not, it's a temporary horrible day. It will not last forever. It's in your hands too to allow it to happen, a bad day, but then to acknowledge that it will pass, and it'll take as long as it needs to take to pass. So what I like to recommend is that having this acceptance really does give us power. It puts us in the driving seat, and it gives us control over a situation. Control without controlling a situation. It gives us control of our emotions. It gives us control that we have the ability to change a circumstance. Whether if we're unhappy today, it's in our hands. We can change our mood by using some of our mental health techniques and skills that we have shared. Okay, guys. So most of you would probably say, well, why is she talking about seasonal depression if we're going into spring? Well, true. Most of the seasonal depression usually happens oftentimes going into winter and being stuck in the dreary weather, no sun, stuck indoors all day, little to do outside, and barren trees, and it can be a little depressing. It can be a little sad, but it can also be really beautiful. It's a reminder that we do harvest, we start over, we protect ourselves. Wintertime happens, it's inevitable. But Seasonal depression can also happen when we are transitioning from place to place, from season to season, from event to event, from job to job, from relationship to non-relationship. You get my point. So in this case, a lot of times we freak out and we become a little anxious or uncomfortable when all of a sudden we're going from our usual state of wintertime and our plans indoors and this and that, and all of a sudden spring starts to pop up, and anxiety does start to happen for a lot of people because, you know, they start to think, okay, now I have to go outside, now I have to see people, now I have to get dressed, now I have to look good, now I'm going to be in a bikini soon or a bathing suit, I'm going to be on the beach, and a lot of depression and anxiety can arise, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, have acceptance that this is going to happen. Once we've accepted this, we know, okay, we can prepare ourselves that this will happen, and we're going to try to make it as seamless as possible. So first thing I want you to do is always come into gratitude. Gratitude will always take you out of a negative mindset. Gratitude reminds you that you have things good going for you and that not everything is always bad all the time. It's just impossible. There's always got to be one thing that you can find that's going well in your life or in yourself and your psyche that you can be grateful for. So focus on the gratitude, and the gratitude will grow, like I always say. Okay, so first of all, we're going to wake up in the morning with gratitude. We're going to say, thank you, God, for this beautiful day. Thank you to whoever you pray to or the universe, and say thank you that you're alive and awake. And we're going to accept that whether the weather is good or bad, we're in a good mood or a bad mood, that we are living and this is part of life. I want you to remember that coming to your breathing techniques, such as the yogic Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose slowly, really slowly, can really help to slow you down and to bring you present and not stressed. So I always want you to remember to come to your breathing, to come to gratitude, and then if necessary, I would also recommend, if you have the time and the patience, put yourself in a small meditation, whether it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 or 20. Meditation will help you to assess your thoughts. It'll help you to slow the thoughts down so that you can look at your thoughts and observe them without judgment. Again, a lot of the things I do tell you guys is repetitive because I firmly believe in these practices. They're almost embedded in who I am now. They're not really necessarily practices. They're just kind of natural and intuitive. I always gravitate towards gratitude. I always gravitate towards breathing, so yoga. And I always gravitate towards meditation, a spiritual practice of, looking at myself and my thoughts. Okay, guys, so try to be happy. Try to find something to be grateful for. Try to understand that everything is temporary and that we'll get through this together day by day. Remember, acceptance is everything. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope you're happy. I hope you smile. And I hope you have some place in your heart to know that I care about you and that everything will be okay. Everything is temporary, and this too shall pass. Have a beautiful day, guys. Bye.